Megan in Alaska. How are you guys doing? I figured I'd talk about unconditional love and loving yourself and what it is and what it means. All right. So you did your mental and emotional past traumas. You forgave them and you let him go. All right. You did that work. All right. But then it becomes loving your physical. It becomes loving yourself, loving every aspect of it because you did the mental, emotional work. All right, let's. For me, all right, this is the things I do. All right, just maybe it might help you. For example, I don't watch TV because it attaches you to a low flying disc. um, movies. I've never seen a movie that's joyous all the time and happy. So I've never found a movie to be like that. So I don't watch it because it attaches you to low flying discs. News. That definitely. All the stuff on TV attaches you to slow flying discs. So I love myself. I've already cleared the mental and emotional stuff. So it's like no, and I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that to myself. I love myself way too much, so I just don't watch TV. Today's music, and yes, the day music that I grew up with, yes. I don't listen to that either because it gives you a low flying disc. It's very, very little joyous music out there, and it always attaches you to a low flying disc. Or it might have been an okay song, but then it was a moment in your life that will remind you of a time. And you know what? I just don't even chance it, so I don't listen to music. But I do listen to music without lyrics now. I'll listen to, I don't know, Chinese music, Japanese music. I'll listen to Arabian music. I'll listen to Celtic music. I'll listen to Native American music. As long as there's no words and it's a high vibrational tune and it's upbeat, yes, I'll listen to that. And I love that because, yes, every once in a while you do like a nice high vibrational music when you're doing your dishes or whatever. You know what I mean? You do like that. And so that I do listen to because I do love myself very much to do that. Another thing that I found on my path to love myself is I became strict vegan. All right, and I don't I just eat vegetables and fruit. That's all I eat. And pretty much in the stores, the companies are putting things in the food that wasn't supposed to be human consumption. You're not supposed to eat them. I don't know why they're putting it, like benzoate. Why the heck are you putting that in our food? Um, I don't understand why they do it. It's words that you might be able to pronounce and you might not be able to pronounce, but you don't know what the heck they are when you can't pronounce them. And it's like, well, and then you look it on your phone and you're like, well, I'm not putting this in my body, absolutely not. So I became strict vegan. Now for a long time I was using agave syrup, thinking that was good and natural. But I cut that out. But then I started doing research on the human body. It's not supposed to have sugars. It's only supposed to have natural sugars like pineapple, mango, apples, bananas. Yes, that's okay sugars to have, but sugar canes and all this stuff, the body really doesn't do very well with it. In fact, you have a relationship with your body. You become the best version of yourself. And so you understand that you love yourself and you want this vessel to live a long time. So you don't want to attach it to the low flying disc, which is your mental emotional. You don't want to give it food that depletes its health. So that's exactly what I do. I do decaffeinated tea. I don't do any sugars anymore, and I just eat fruits and vegetables, and that's what basically I do. I love myself way too much to put anything else in the body, and I certainly don't use chemicals either. So that's another thing I don't do. To wash, I just use apple cider vinegar and stuff like that. And it's your best relationship with yourself, and that's basically it. You can tell that somebody loves themselves into the complete of unconditionally loving themselves. It's written all over their face. You read it, when you see a couple in love, you can see it's that smitten thing, yes, and that's basically what it is. And you love yourself so much that you're not looking outside of yourself for any validations or anything, because you're whole and complete as you are, as I am. Just I'm whole and complete. I don't need any relationship. I don't need anything to fulfill myself. I love myself just the way I am, and as beautiful as I am. But everybody else is the same way. They're beautiful. And once you love yourself, you start helping others out. You start, helping others. You shine your light bright so that others can see the light within themselves and how beautiful they are as well. Um, Unconditional love is compassion, acceptance, and unconditional loving. And any of those vibrations, that's what you send out every day to everybody. And that's what you want to help, because you know what it's like. You want to put your helping hand out to others to help them out on their spiritual path, because I tell you what, once they have that relationship with themselves, they start loving themselves. They start doing the emotional mental work. They also start loving themselves, doing things to nourish their body, becoming the higher version of themselves. I mean, how beautiful is that to see somebody come the higher versions of themselves? I mean, that's just beautiful, and that's just remarkable to see. And you want to give that gift out every day to 100 people a day if you can. That's at least what I'd like to do. I'd like to become some kind of a counselor and help people out, to see their light within themselves and become the better version of themselves and be loving of themselves and not looking outside of themselves for validation. They see themselves as whole and complete as they are, just as I do. I see myself as whole and complete, and it's accepting your, I guess you could say, people say faults, but I really don't see them as faults anymore. Your faults with your good, but you love yourself unconditionally. You accept everything, no matter what. It's just beautiful the way it is. It's just, how beautiful can you get, just accepting everything about yourself and loving yourself just the way you are, because you see yourself as beautiful and loving, and it's about becoming the higher version of yourself, passing it around. You know, I hope this whole video goes viral, because I tell you what, passing this around to the whole world and them coming better versions of themselves, being compassionate, being unconditional loving, being acceptant for the others. I mean, come on, who doesn't want this whole video to go around the whole world? I do, at least, so that way they can see the inner light, how beautiful you guys are just too. Just shine your light, love yourself unconditionally, because I tell you what, once you start doing it, you step into the power of you. You step into unconditional love. There's no other beautiful vibration in this world as unconditional loving. Source is unconditional loving, and that's you were created from unconditional love. We were all created from unconditional love, and that's a very beautiful thing, is to do that and to become the higher version of yourself. When you were unconscious, you weren't always the highest version of yourself. But now when you step into your light and love yourself, you want to become the higher version of yourself. And you want others to see the higher versions of themselves and unconditionally love themselves. And so that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. That's a wonderful gift. That's a wonderful thing to send out to the whole world. It should be viral. I hope everybody catches unconditional love for themselves and start doing the work and start doing this, because you know what? It's a beautiful virus to get. Unconditionally loving yourself and loving yourself as as one another, and loving others as yourself too. Not looking outward, but helping them on their path, loving themselves and becoming the higher versions of themselves. There's no other better virus in this world, and I think this should go forth, and everybody should love themselves and be good versions of themselves. And I don't know, this is a spiritual path, and I just have this vibration to send out today, because I'm just in in this high vibrational state. I've been on my high flying disc, and I don't know, it's just a beautiful message to give out to the world, and become the better, higher version of yourself, because you're so worth it. You're so beautiful, and you're so worth it. And I love you. You have a fabulous day now.